All right, what we have is a quadratic written out in factored form, and we're going to convert this bad boy into standard form. So factored form is great when we were talking about our x-intercepts, but standard form is important and helpful when we want to talk about things like the y-intercept and which way our parabola is going to be opening up. Okay, so we're going to be looking at this equation right here, and we are going to convert from factored to standard form. Let me show you how to do it. Stick with me. Here we go. Step number one. At this point in time, if you're being asked to go from one form to another, you should already know how to multiply a binomial times another binomial. That x needs to multiply by both of those terms, and that 5 needs to multiply by both of those terms. So I'm just going to assume we all know the FOIL method, and we're going to go from there. X times x makes x squared. X times -4 makes -4x. 5 times x makes a positive 5x. And 5 times -4, positive times a negative is a negative, and 5 times 4 makes a 20. Now all of this needs to be kept within parentheses because we have done nothing with this -2, which is on the outside of the parenthesis set. I now need to take that -2 and distribute it to all 4 terms, but that's silly to do because 2 of these terms can be combined and put together. So I'm going to take that -4x, and it gets combined with the 5x. So we have a whole new trinomial. -4 plus 5 makes 1. Bring down, it's a positive 1, so I put a plus. X squared comes straight down. -20 comes straight down. Keep it in the parentheses. Still, we've not used this -2 yet. Now that I've simplified everything within my parentheses, I can now distribute the -2 to 1, 2, 3 terms. I need to multiply -2 3 times, and I will then have my final solution, or in this case, my final equation written out in what's called standard form. -2 times x squared is -2x squared. Don't overthink it. -2 times 1x is -2x. And -2 times -20, man, I'll tell you right now, I'm going to have students, they go through this entire problem, do everything right, and they're going to tell me that this is -40. A negative times a negative is a positive. So 2 times 20 makes 40. Take your time. Make sure you don't make that silly error at the end, because if you do all that work and that's the only thing that throws you off because you messed up on a negative times a negative, that's tough. That's one of the reasons why a lot of kids get frustrated or they struggle with math, is because little things can throw all of this off and you won't have the right result when you're done. Okay? Take your time. That's why showing your work is so important as well. We had a y equals at the start. We're going to end with the y equals. We now have a quadratic written out in standard form. If you're wondering why this is in standard form of a quadratic is always given as y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Notice that we have our term with x squared in the front, our term with a coefficient attached to an x in the middle, and then c is our constant, or in other words, just a number without a variable attached. And that's how you factor, or excuse me, that's how you convert from factored to standard form. Okay, factored form is great when we want to know where are we going to be on the x-axis. Are my dots here and here? That's what factored form is for. Standard form tells me plus 40. We're going to be crossing way up here at positive 40 on the y-axis. Okay, study hard and good luck on your upcoming test.